And it wasn't all just for him or for her. It was for everyone. And you know what? We're just getting started.
大家觉得有点怪怪的，但是我们有一个非常迅速调整的小步快跑的节奏，所以相信等一下，如果有任何问题，大家随时反映的话，我们应该是可以马上达成解决的办法的。
Welcome to Googleio. It's great to have all of you with us. We have a few thousand developers with us here today at Shoreline. Millions more are joining virtually around the world. Thanks to everyone for being here. For those of you who haven't seen I/O before, it's basically Google's version of the Era store, but with fewer costume changes. At Google, though, we are fully in our Gemini.
大家好，皮彩上台
We'll
了。
hear a lot about that today. Before we get into it, I want to reflect on this moment we are in. We've been investing in AI for more than a decade and innovating at every layer of the stack: research, product, infrastructure. We're going to talk about it all today. Still, we are in the very early days of the AI platform shift. We see so much opportunity ahead for creators, for developers, for startups, for everyone. Helping to drive those opportunities is what our Gemini era is all about. So let's get started. A year ago on the stage, we first shared our plans for Gemini, a frontier model built to be natively multimodal from the very beginning, that could reason across text,
我们应该要
images,
打断
video,
他吗？
code,
应该也没有，就是要听他讲完，我们才能够讲东西嘛。
any
等他
input
讲完
into
历史。
any output, and I/O for a new generation. Since then, we introduced the first Gemini models, our most capable yet. They demonstrated state-of-the-art performance on every multimodal benchmark.
Gemini
That was
时代
just
来
the
临。
beginning. 2 months later, we introduced Gemini 1.5 Pro, delivering a big breakthrough in long context. It can run 1 million tokens in production consistently, more than any other large-scale foundation model yet. We want everyone to benefit from what Gemini can do. So we have worked quickly to share these advances with all of you. Today, more than 1.5 million developers use Gemini models across our tools. You're using it to debug code, get new insights, and to build the next generation of AI applications. We've also been bringing Gemini's breakthrough capabilities across our products in powerful ways. We'll show examples today across search, photos, workspace, Android, and more. Today, all of our 2 billion user products use Gemini. And we've introduced new experiences too, including on mobile, where people can interact with Gemini directly through the app. Now available on Android and iOS, and through Gemini Advanced, which provides access to our most capable models. Over 1 million people have signed up to try it in just 3 months, and it continues to show strong momentum. One of the most exciting transformations with Gemini has been in Google Search. In the past year, we've answered billions of queries as part of her search generative experience. People are using it to search in entirely new ways and asking new types of questions, longer and more complex queries, even searching with photos, and getting back the best the web has to offer. We've been testing this experience outside of labs, and we are encouraged to see not only an increase in search usage, but also an increase in user satisfaction. I'm excited to announce that we'll begin launching this fully revamped experience, AI Overviews, to everyone in the US this week, and we'll bring it to more countries soon. There's so much innovation happening in search. Thanks to Gemini, we can create much more powerful search experiences, including within our products. Let me show you an example in Google Photos. We launched Google Photos almost 9 years ago. Since then, people have used it to organize their most important memories. Today, that amounts to more than 6 billion photos and videos uploaded every single day.
完蛋了，我觉得你们的时间走比我快。难怪我想问什么鼓掌哦 ，OK。
把它拉到最后面。
Say you're at a parking station ready to pay, but you can't recall your license plate number. Before, you could search photos for keywords, and then scroll through years' worth of photos, looking for the right one.
啊？
Now, you can simply ask photos.
车牌吗？
It knows the cars that appear often. It triangulates which one is yours, and just tells you the license plate number.
哦，
不，这要干嘛？
就它会读出你的车牌。
Ask photos can also help you search your memories in a deeper
我的护
way.
照号码是几号
For example, you might be reminiscing about your daughter Lucia's early milestones. You can ask photos, when did Lucia learn to swim? You can even follow up with something more complex. Show me how Lucia's swimming has progressed. Here, Gemini goes beyond a simple search, recognizing different contexts, from doing laps in the pool, to snorkeling in the ocean, to the text and dates on her swimming certificates, and photos packages it up all together in a summary. You can really take it all in and relive amazing memories all over again. We are rolling out Ask Photos this summer with more capabilities to come.
我觉得这有点废。
你觉得什么？
有点废，但家长说不定很喜欢呢。
因为你可以看到小朋友的成长轨迹嘛，你可以作为你结婚的时候可以用。
节目看你的变化。
One model. So not only does it understand each type of input, it finds connections between them. Multimodality radically expands the questions we can ask and the answers we will get back. Long context takes this a step further, enabling us to bring in even more information. Hundreds of pages of text, hours of audio, a full hour of video, or entire code repos. Or if you want, roughly 96 Cheesecake Factory menus.
Huh?
For that many menus, you need a 1 million token context window. Now
美国人的笑话。
美国人笑话，美国笑
Developers
话。
have been using it in
Cheesecake
super
Factory.
interesting ways. Let's take a look.
I remember the announcement, the 1 million token context window, and my first reaction was, did you know they were able to achieve this?
I wanted to test its technical skills. So I uploaded a line chart. It was temperatures between like Tokyo and Berlin and how they vary across the 12 months of the year.
So I got in there and I threw in the Python library that I was really struggling with. And I just asked it a simple question. And it nailed it. It could find specific references to comments in the code and specific requests that people had made and other issues that people had had, but then suggest a fix for it that related to what I was working on.
I immediately tried to kind of crash it. So I took
这个我们写程式
research
多么的
papers I
棒
had on my
啊！这个
desktop.
都会跟我讲 code 怎么写的。
It's a mind-blowing experience when you add so much text, and then you see the kind of amount of tokens you add is not even at half the capacity.
It felt a little bit like Christmas because you saw things kind of peppered up to the top of your feed about like, oh wow, I built this thing, or oh, it's doing this and I would have never expected.
Can I shoot a video of my possessions and turn that into a searchable database? So I ran to my bookshelf and I shot a video just panning my camera along the bookshelf, and I fed the video into the model. It gave me the titles and authors of the books, even though the authors weren't visible on those book spines. And on the bookshelf, there was a squirrel nutcracker sat in front of the book, truncating the title. You could just see the word Site C, and it still guessed the correct book. The range of things you can do with that is almost unlimited.
So at that point, for me, it was just like
就是太多分享，太多就是使用者证言分享，但这已经是已知嘛，这是 Google 的这些 developer 们想必都很熟知这些情节。他 recap 这件事
This
情，
is
然
kind
后
of
这
where
件
the
事情花
future
了
of language models are going.
超过1分钟。
Personalized to you, not
还没分享完。
because you trained it to be personal to you, but personal to
这
you
是很
because you
水耶，
can
没错，这
give
是
it
水
such。a vast understanding of who you are.
哇，
1.5 Pro，
鼓掌。
哦，
鼓掌。
We've been rolling out Gemini 1.5 Pro with long context and preview over the last few months. We made a series of quality improvements across translation, coding, and reasoning. You'll see these updates reflected in the model starting today. I'm excited to announce that we are bringing this improved version of Gemini 1.5 Pro to all developers globally.
全球发表。
是给所有人的。
对。
Developers.
In addition, today, Gemini 1.5 Pro with 1 million context is now directly available for consumers in Gemini Advanced and can be used across 35 languages. 1 million tokens is opening up entirely new possibilities. It's exciting, but I think we can push ourselves even further. So today, we are expanding the context window to 2 million tokens. We are making it available for developers in private preview. It's amazing to look back and see just how much progress we have made in a few months. This represents the next step on our journey towards the ultimate goal of infinite context. Okay, so far we have talked about two technical advances, multimodality and long context. Each is powerful on its own, but together they unlock deeper capabilities and more intelligence. Let's see how this comes to life in Google Workspace. People are always searching their emails in Gmail. We are working to make it much more powerful with Gemini. Let's look at how. As a parent, you want to know everything that's going on with your child's school. Okay, maybe not everything, but you want to stay informed. Gemini can help you keep up. Now we can ask Gemini to summarize all recent emails from the school. In the background, it's identifying relevant emails, even analyzing attachments like PDFs, and you get a summary of the key points and action items. So helpful. Maybe you were traveling this week and you couldn't make the PTA meeting. The recording of the meeting is an hour long. If it's from Google Meet, ask Gemini to give you the highlights. There's a parents group looking for volunteers. You're free that day. Of course, Gemini can draft a reply. There are countless other examples of how this can make life easier. Gemini 1.5 Pro is available today in Workspace Labs. And Aparna will share more later on. We just looked at an example with text outputs. But with a multimodal model, we can do so much more. To show you an early demo of an audio output in Notebook LM, here's Josh.
我觉得蛮多环节都是抄 Apple 的，因为他们以前的发表会就是出来，然后把功能讲完，然后就下去，然后大家就说很无聊。
Last year at I/O, we introduced Notebook LM, a research and writing tool grounded in the information you give it. Since then, we've seen a lot of momentum with students and teachers using it. And today, Gemini 1.5 Pro is coming to Notebook LM. Let me show you. So here we are in Notebook LM. You can load it up with all the materials here on the left. In this notebook, I've been using it with my younger son, and I've added some of his science worksheets, a few slide decks from his teacher, and even an open source textbook full of charts and diagrams. With 1.5 Pro, it instantly creates this notebook guide with a helpful summary and can generate a study guide, an FAQ, or even quizzes. But for my son, Jimmy, he really learns best when he can listen to something. So we've prototyped a new feature with Gemini, and it's called Audio Overviews. Notebook LM is going to take all the materials on the left as input and output them into a lively science discussion personalized for him. Let's take a listen.
So let's dive into physics. What's on deck for today?
Well, we're starting with the basics, force and motion.
Okay.
And that, of course, means we have to talk about Sir Isaac Newton and his 3 laws of motion.
Ah, yes, the foundation for understanding how objects move and interact.
Yes, this is where multimodal really shines.
不是，这是
Now it
两个
generated
AI 在聊天，还是谁在聊天？
它整个生成的。
And what's amazing is
所以他们觉得
that
两
my
个
son
AI 在
and
演戏，
I
觉得
can
这
join into
物
the
理学很棒。
conversation
对
and steer it
把
whatever
教材
direction
演
we
出来
want. When I tap,
Oh
join.
my god！
脑袋
Hold on, we have
爆
a
炸
question.
了
What's。up, Josh?
Yeah, can you give my son Jimmy a basketball example?
好尬。
Hey, Jimmy! That's a fantastic idea. Basketball is actually a great way to visualize force and motion. Let's break it down.
Okay, so first, imagine a basketball just sitting there on the court. It's not moving, right? That's because all the forces acting on it are
我还没学
the
到
downward pull of gravity.
学到了
Pretty cool, right?
两个 AI 在教你力量，重力，
对
OK， 这样很酷。
I gotta say, the first time my son heard this, you should have seen how big his eyes got because he was gripped. They were talking to him. He was learning science through the example of basketball, his favorite sport. Now, what's interesting is under the hood, you saw that Gemini had used some of the concepts of gravity, Sir Isaac Newton, but nothing in there was about basketball. It connected the dots and created that age-appropriate example for him. And this is what's becoming possible with the power of Gemini. You can give it lots of information in any format, and it can be transformed in a way that's personalized and interactive for you.
我刚不太确定，他两个人对话其实是有一个是他代表他儿子，还是说两个都是 AI？
没有，两个都是 AI， 只是它会
教学互动方式。
对，它会符合你的年纪，调整一
Soon
下
you'll be
内
able
容。
to mix and match inputs and outputs.
很棒
This
很
is
棒
what we mean when we say it's an I/O for a new generation. And I can see you all out there thinking about the
对
possibilities.
对好压力好
What
大。
if we could go even further? That's one of the opportunities we see with AI agents. Let me take a step back and explain what I mean by that. I think about them as intelligent systems that show reasoning, planning, and memory, are able to think multiple steps ahead, work across software and systems, all to get something done on your behalf, and most importantly, under your supervision. We are still in the early days, and you'll see glimpses of our approach throughout the day. But let me show you the kinds of use cases we are working hard to solve. Let's start with shopping. It's pretty fun to shop for shoes, and a lot less fun to return them when they don't fit. Imagine if Gemini could do all the steps for you. Searching your
我怎么觉
inbox
得
for the
看过
receipt,
这个？
这个不是上次我们
locating
那
the
个什
order
么
number from
Breeze，
your email,
就是之前台
filling out
湾
a
的
return
我们
form,
采访那个
and even scheduling a
Bigo，
pickup.
他们就说他们
That's
用
much
是
easier, right?
这种大型语言模型去辨识，然后效果很好。
重点是帮他退货吧。
Let's take another example
他
that's
可
a
以
bit
想
more
到一个很
complex.
好的理由
Say you
当
just
奥
moved
可
to
以帮他退
Chicago.
货。
You can imagine Gemini and Chrome working together to help you do a number of things to get ready, organizing, reasoning, synthesizing on your behalf. For example, you will want to explore the city and find services nearby, from dry cleaners to dog walkers. You'll have to update your new address across dozens of websites. Gemini can work across these tasks and will prompt you for more information when needed, so you're always in control. That part is really important as we prototype these experiences. We are thinking hard about how to do it in a way that's private, secure, and works for everyone. These are simple use cases, but they give you a good sense of the types of problems we want to solve by building intelligent systems that think ahead, reason, and plan all on your behalf. The power of Gemini with multimodality, long context, and agents brings us closer to our ultimate goal, making AI helpful for everyone. We see this as how we will make the most progress against our mission, organizing the world's information across every input, making it accessible via any output, and combining the world's information with the information in your world in a way that's truly useful for you. To fully realize the benefits of AI, we'll continue to break new
形
ground.
容词，但是我还
Google
是
DeepMind is
没有
hard
看
at
到
work.
到底
To share more,
感觉
please
就是他
welcome
们
for the
想要做
first
一个
time
代
on the
理
I/O
人，但只
stage,
是稍微给你
Sir
看一
Demis.
下这个表面。
好像有个这个东西，
对
但是我可以讲是会很棒，
对
很厉害，很屌，但是什么？
不晓得。
他刚用形容词堆叠形容词完之后，你还是不知道他要干嘛。哇，惊人！
Thanks, Sundar. It's so great to be here. Ever since I was a kid, playing chess for the England junior team, I've been thinking about the nature of intelligence. I was captivated by the idea of a computer that could think like a person. It's ultimately why I became a programmer and studied neuroscience. I co-founded DeepMind in 2010 with the goal of one day building AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, a system that has human-level cognitive capabilities. I've always believed that if we could build this technology responsibly, its impact would be truly profound, and it could benefit humanity in incredible ways. Last year, we reached a milestone on that path when we formed Google DeepMind, combining AI talent from across the company into one super unit. Since then, we've built AI systems that can do an amazing range of things, from turning language and vision into action for robots, navigating complex virtual 3D environments, solving Olympiad-level math problems, and even discovering thousands of new materials. Just last week, we announced our next-generation AlphaFold model. It can predict the structure and interactions of nearly all of life's molecules, including how proteins interact with strands of DNA and RNA. This will accelerate vitally important biological and medical research from disease understanding to drug discovery. And all of this was made possible with the best infrastructure for the AI era, including our highly optimized tensor processing units. At the center of our efforts is our Gemini model. It's built up from the ground up to be natively multimodal because that's how we interact with and understand the world around us. We've built a variety of models for different use cases. You've seen how powerful Gemini 1.5 Pro is, but we also know from user feedback that some applications need lower latency and a lower cost to serve. So today, we're introducing Gemini 1.5 Flash.
Wow. 闪电侠不是闪电，
可能听起来对比较轻快，比较轻比较快。
Flash is a lighter weight model compared to Pro. It's designed to be fast and cost efficient to serve at scale, while still featuring multimodal reasoning capabilities and breakthrough long context. Flash is optimized for tasks where low latency and efficiency matter most. Starting today, you can use 1.5 Flash and 1.5 Pro with up to 1 million tokens in Google AI Studio and Vertex AI. And developers can sign up to try 2 million tokens. We're so excited to see what all of you will create with it. And you'll hear a little more about Flash later on from Josh. We're very excited by the progress we've made so far with our family of Gemini models, but we're always striving to push the state of the art even further. At any one time, we have many different models in training, and we use our very large and powerful ones to help teach and train our production-ready models. Together with user feedback, this cutting-edge research will help us to build amazing new products for billions of people. For example, in December, we shared a glimpse into the future of how people would interact with multimodal AI, and how this would end up powering a new set of transformative experiences. Today, we have some exciting new progress to share about the future of AI. For a long time, we wanted to build a universal AI agent that can be truly helpful in everyday life. Our work making this vision a reality goes back many years. It's why we made Gemini multimodal from the very beginning. An agent like this has to understand and respond to our complex and dynamic world just like we do. It would need to take in and remember what it sees so it can understand context and take action. And it would have to be proactive, teachable, and personal, so you can talk to it naturally without lag or delay. While we've made some great strides in developing AI systems that can understand multimodal information, getting response time down to something conversational is a difficult engineering challenge. Building on our Gemini model, we've developed agents that can process information faster by continuously encoding video frames, combining the video and speech input into a timeline of events, and caching this for efficient recall. We've also enhanced how they sound with a wider range of intonations. These agents better understand the context you're in
and can respond quickly in conversation, making the pace and quality of interaction feel much more natural. Here's a video of our prototype, which you'll see has 2 parts. Each part was captured in a single take in real time.
Okay, let's do some tests. Tell me when you see something that makes sound.
I see a speaker, which makes sound.
What is that part of the speaker called?
That is the tweeter. It produces high-frequency sounds.
Give me a creative alliteration about these.
Creative crayons color cheerfully.
我觉得根本就是 Google 没有泄密给 OpenAI 嘛。
OpenAI 要先早一点发表。
然后因为今天这种 Googleio 是有点像是 for developer 讲的，所以他讲多一点点技术，讲我们怎么做到的。但是当他讲完之后，大家就说哦，然后 demo 出来是哦，昨天看过了，
似曾相识。
对，就是一模一样的，只是他稍微多解释一下我们怎么办到，就这样子。那昨天我们其实没有看到他们 OpenAI 讲任何跟技术，几乎没有在 demo 的时候讲任何技术，他只说我们现在可以做到这样子了。
This appears to be the King's Cross area of London. It is known for its railway station and transportation connections.
Do you remember where you saw my glasses?
Yes, I do. Your glasses were on the desk near a red apple.
哦 ，Google Glass。哎，对啊，换眼镜。
哇，题目好难哦。
What can I add here to make this system
现在大家都
faster?
要开始来做眼镜了。
题目比较难。
对啊。
Adding a cache between the server and database.
哇，欢呼声了，欢呼声了，有没有听到？
What does this relate to?
先一个的吧。
Schrodinger's cat.
哇，碰碰。
Alright, give me a band name for this duo.
Golden Strike.
我们终于看到有个眼镜，大家觉得开心。
真棒哎！哇，它这是预录的。
哦，对，这预录，这绝对是预录的。
哦。
确实。
I think you'll agree it's amazing to see
但
how
问题
far
在于
AI
，Google 在
has
几年
come,
前就做过类似的
especially when
demo，
it comes
用
to
电
spatial
话还是预录
understanding,
的，所以几
video
年后他们是没
processing
做
and
到。
memory.
但是，对啊。
It's easy to envisage a future where you can have an expert assistant by your side through your phone or new exciting form factors like glasses. Some of these agent capabilities will come to Google products like Gemini app later this year. For those of you on site today, you can try out a live demo version of this experience in the AI sandbox area.
哦。
来拍电影了吗？
哦，宣传电影来了。
Let's take a look at how our innovations are helping people bring new creative ideas to life. Today, we're introducing a series of updates across our generative media tools with new models covering image, music, and video. Over the past year, we've been enhancing quality, improving safety, and increasing access. To help tell this story, here's Doug.
道格先生。
Thanks, Demis. Over the past few months, we've been working hard to build a new image generation model from the ground up. With stronger evaluations, extensive red teaming, and state-of-the-art watermarking with SynthID. Today, I'm so excited to introduce Imagine 3. It's our most capable image generation model yet. Imagine 3 is more photorealistic. You can literally count the whiskers on its snout. With richer details, like this incredible
不知道，因为没用到，所以你不知道。因为
fewer visual artifacts.
就是你现在拿来对标，当然就拿来会跟 Midjourney 对比嘛。但你没用，你不知道它到底
The more creative and detailed you are, the
多
better.
便宜。
And Imagine 3 remembers to incorporate small details like the wildflowers or small blue bird in this longer
不
prompt.
知道中文字的资源度如何。
Plus, this is our best model yet for rendering text, which has been a challenge for image generation models. In side-by-side comparisons, independent evaluators preferred Imagine 3 over other popular image generation models. In sum, Imagine 3 is our highest quality image generation model so far. You can sign up today to try Imagine 3 Image FX, part of our suite of AI tools at labs.google. And are becoming soon to developers and enterprise customers in Vertex AI.
Suno 的对手来了。
Another area full of creative possibility is generative music. I've been working in this space for over 20 years, and this is by far the most exciting year of my career. We're exploring ways of working with artists to expand their creativity with AI. Together with YouTube, we've been building Music AI Sandbox, a suite of professional music AI tools that can create new instrumental sections from scratch, transfer styles between tracks, and more. To help us design and test them, we've been working closely with incredible musicians, songwriters, and producers. Some of them made even entirely new songs in ways that would have not been possible without these tools.
但你不知道一样，还是不知道中文歌曲啊等等的感觉。
I'm gonna put this right back into the Music AI tool. The same boom, 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 boom. What happens if Haiti meets Brazil? Dude, I have no clue what's about to be spread out. This is what excites me. As a hip-hop producer, we dug in the crates. We playing these vinyls, and the part where there's no vocal, we pull it, we sample it, and we create an entire song around that. So right now, we're digging in infinite. It's endless.
Where I found AI really this way to like fill in the sparser sort of elements of my loops. Okay, let's try bongos. We're gonna put viola. We're gonna put rhythmic clapping, and we're gonna see what happens there. Woo! And it makes it sound, ironically, at the end of the day, a little more human. So then this is entirely Google's loops right here. These are gloops.
所以他们现在在做的就是说，我们没有残害音乐产业，我们让大家更发挥创意，跟更多的这个艺人创作者合作。创作出更好的世界啊！这是现在的主要诉求。
Tools are capable of speeding up the process of what's in my head, getting it out. You're able to move light speed with your creativity. This is amazing. That right there?
嘴苹果。
还没看得出来。
I think this really shows what's possible when we work with the artist community on the future of music. You can find some brand new songs from these acclaimed artists and songwriters on their YouTube channel.
有点弱啊。
There's one more area I'm really excited to share with you. Our teams have made some incredible progress in generative video. Today, I'm excited to announce our newest
video 把公司字干掉。
Googleio.
名字快用完了。
Veo creates high-quality 1080p videos from text, image, and video prompts. It can capture the details of your instructions in different visual and cinematic styles. You can prompt for things like aerial shots of a landscape or a time-lapse, and further edit your videos using additional prompts. You can use Veo in our new experimental tool called Video FX. We're exploring features like storyboarding and generating longer scenes.
这跟对标是 Sora，
Veo gives you unprecedented creative control. Techniques for generating static images have come a long way, but generating video is a different challenge altogether. Not only is it important to understand where an object or subject should be in space, it needs to maintain its consistency over time.
这是
just like the
没有
car in
编
this
辑
video.
过的直出的影片，
Veo builds upon
代表
years
它没有
of our
闪烁啊，
pioneering
有的
generative
没
video
的问
model
题。
work, including GQN, Phenaki, Walt, Video Poet, Lumiere, and much more. We combine the best of these architectures and techniques to improve consistency, quality, and output resolution.
也是一样，
To see what Veo
又
can
找
do,
了这
we put
个
it in
制
the
作人
hands of an amazing
来
filmmaker.
一起创
Let's
作。
take a look.
Well, I've been interested in AI for a couple of years now. We got in contact with some of the people at Google, and they had been working on something of their own. So we're all meeting here at Gilgal Farms to make a short film.
The core technology is Google DeepMind's generative video model that has been trained to convert input text into output video.
It looks good.
We are able to bring ideas to life that were otherwise not possible. We can visualize things on a timescale that's 10 or 100 times faster than before.
When you're shooting, you can't really iterate as much as you wish. And so we've been hearing that feedback is that it allows for like more optionality, more iteration, more improvisation.
But that's what's cool about it. It's like you can make a mistake faster. That's all you really want at the end of the day. At least in art, it's just to make mistakes fast.
So using Gemini's multimodal capabilities to optimize the model training process, VO is able to better capture the nuance from prompts. So this includes cinematic techniques and visual effects, giving you total creative control.
Everybody's going to become a director, and everybody should be a director. Because at the heart of all of this is just storytelling. The closer we are to being able to tell each other our stories, the more we'll understand each other.
These models are really enabling us to be more creative and to share that creativity with each other.
OK， 他们也都是 coming soon， 连制作人都还没出来，
确实。
Over the coming weeks, some of these features will be available to select creators through video effects at labs.google, and the wait list is open now. Of course, these advances in generative video go beyond the beautiful visuals you've seen today. By teaching future AI models how to solve problems creatively, or in effect simulate the physics of our world, we can build more useful systems that can help people communicate in new ways, and thereby advance the frontiers of AI. When we first began this journey to build AI more than 15 years ago, we knew that one day it would change everything. Now that time is here, and we continue to be amazed by the progress we see and inspired by the advances still to come on the path to AGI. Thanks, and back to you, Sundar.
Thanks, Dennis. A huge amount of innovation is happening at Google DeepMind. It's amazing how much progress we've made in a year. Training state-of-the-art models requires a lot of computing power. Industry demand for ML compute has grown by a factor of 1 million in the last 6 years. And every year it increases tenfold. Google was built for this. For 25 years, we have invested in world-class technical infrastructure. From the cutting-edge hardware that powers search to our custom tensor processing units that power our AI advances. Gemini was trained and served entirely on our 4th and 5th generation TPUs. And other leading AI companies like Anthropic have trained their models on TPUs as well. Today, we are excited to announce the 6th generation of TPUs called Trillium. Trillium delivers a 4.7x improvement in compute performance per chip over the previous generation. It's our most efficient and performant TPU today. We'll make Trillium available to our cloud customers in late 2024. Alongside our TPUs, we are proud to offer CPUs and GPUs to support any workload. That includes the new Axion processors we announced last month, our first custom ARM-based CPU with industry-leading performance and energy efficiency.
理论上，这是 ARM。
We're also proud to be one of the first cloud providers to offer NVIDIA's cutting-edge Blackwell GPUs available in early 2025. We are fortunate to have a long-standing partnership with NVIDIA, excited to bring Blackwell's capabilities to our customers. Chips are a foundational part of our integrated end-to-end system. From performance-optimized hardware and open software to flexible consumption models, this all comes together in our AI hypercomputer, a groundbreaking supercomputer architecture. Businesses and developers are using it to tackle more complex challenges with more than twice the efficiency relative to just buying the raw hardware and chips. Our AI hypercomputer advancements are made possible in part because of our approach to liquid cooling in our data centers. We've been doing this for nearly a decade, long before it became state-of-the-art for the industry. And today, our total deployed fleet capacity
我们现在就缺乏，就是说，这个水冷，这个台湾有哪些业者会受益这种的分析？
That's close to 70 times the capacity of
或是这个电源怎么样，可能台达电会受益。我乱讲的啊，这不知道是谁。
Underlying this is the sheer scale of our network, which connects our infrastructure globally. Our network spans more than 2 million miles of terrestrial and subsea fiber, over 10 times the reach of the next leading cloud provider. We'll keep making the investments necessary to advance AI innovation and deliver state-of-the-art capabilities. And one of our greatest areas of investment and innovation is in our founding product search. 25 years ago, we created search to help people make sense of the waves of information moving online. With each platform shift, we have delivered breakthroughs to help answer your questions better. On mobile, we unlocked new types of questions and answers using better context, location awareness, and real-time information. With advances in natural language understanding and computer vision, we enable new ways to search with your voice, or a hum to find your new favorite song, or an image of that flower you saw on your wall. Now you can even circle to search those cool new shoes you might want to buy.
三星今天刚更新了，所以三星仔今天就可以用了这个功能，已经可以用了。
对，其实新的手机
Of course, search in the Gemini era will take this to a whole new level.
我的手机比较旧，
Combining
我比
our
较穷。
infrastructure strengths, the latest AI capabilities, our high bar for information quality, our decades of experience connecting you to the richness of the web, the result is a product that does the work for you. Google Search is generative AI at the scale of human curiosity. And it's our most exciting chapter of search yet. To tell you more, here's Liz.
Liz， 这是他们第一位女性上台的。性别，哇。
Thanks, Sundar. With each of these platform shifts, we haven't just adapted. We've expanded what's possible with Google Search. And now, with generative AI, search will do more for you than you ever imagined. So whatever's on your mind, and whatever you need to get done, just ask.
这是一个笑话
And
吗？
Google will do the Googling for you.
for you. 名词动词。
All the advancements you'll see today are made possible by a new Gemini model, customized for Google Search. What really sets this apart is our three unique strengths. First, our real-time information with over 1 trillion facts about people, places, and things. Second, our unparalleled ranking and quality systems, trusted for decades to get you the very best of the web. And third, the power of Gemini, which unlocks new agentive capabilities right in search. By bringing these three things all together, we're able to dramatically expand what's possible with Google Search. Yet again, this is search in the Gemini era. So let's dig in. You've heard today about AI overviews and how helpful people are finding them. With AI overviews, Google does the work for you. Instead of piecing together all the information yourself, you can ask your question. And as you see here, you can get an answer instantly, complete with a range of perspectives and links to dive deeper. As Sundar shared, AI overviews will begin rolling out to everyone in the US, starting today, with more countries soon. And by the end of the year, AI overviews will come to over 1 billion people in Google Search. But this is just the first step. We're making AI overviews even more helpful for your most complex questions, the type that are really more like 10 questions in one. You can ask your entire question with all its sub-questions and get an AI overview in seconds. To make this possible, we're introducing multi-step reasoning in Google Search. So Google can do the researching for you.
Google 更好。
For example, let's say you've been trying to get into yoga and Pilates. Finding the right studio can take a lot of research. There's so many factors you need to consider. Soon you'll be able to ask Search to find the best yoga or Pilates studios in Boston, and show you details on their interoffers and the walking time from Beacon Hill. As you can see here, Google gets to work for you, finding the most relevant information and bringing it together into your AI overview. You get some studios with great ratings and their introductory offers. And you can see the distance for each. Like this one, it's just a 10-minute walk away. Right below, you see where they're located, laid out visually. And you've got all this from just a single search. Under the hood, our custom Gemini model acts as your AI agent, using what we call multi-step reasoning. It breaks your bigger question down into all its parts, and it figures out which problems it needs to solve.
对，它理论上就是要解决自然语义搜寻的根本嘛，
就是每个人来讲一个条件啊，
我要吃午餐，离这边100公尺，
不超过300块。
对，大概复合式条件，然后用自然语言可以讲，因为 Google 是一个能力，它现在帮你更好理解你的意图，帮你，这已经讲了很久的圣杯嘛，但是。
实际上做起来怎么样？
对，不知道实际上会怎么样。
Research that might have taken you minutes or even hours.
比如说我现在漏收人，我要找一个女的，30岁上下，然后脸上有颗痣，然后帮你找到一个对的女性，哇，这漏收。
我以为是家里开早餐店。
家里开早餐店。
Take planning for example. Dreaming up trips and meal plans can be fun, but doing the work of actually figuring it all out, no thank you. With Gemini and Search, Google does the planning with you. Planning is really hard for AI to get right. It's the type of problem that takes advanced reasoning and logic. After all, if you're meal planning, you probably don't want mac and cheese for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, my kids might, but say you're looking for a bit more variety. Now you can ask Search to create a 3-day meal plan for a group that's easy to prepare. And here you get a plan with a wide range of recipes from across the web. This one for overnight oats looks particularly interesting. And you can easily head over to the website.
这是做爱料理的功能，然后它其实是帮你排好这个 meal plan 的，但因为爱料理有这个功能，打个广告，爱料理有这个叫做一周菜单，我们帮你排好一周菜单。
Or get the ingredients as a list, just by tapping here.
然后加入购物车，这个也是一个千古难题。
Google to add everything to your preferred shopping cart. Then we're really cooking. These planning capabilities mean Search will be able to help plan everything from meals and trips,
这个是一个大家都想做，然后最后就帮你丢到全联什么或者是家乐福的展示会。但实际上，我觉得最难在这一部分，因为最后一里它可能都会缺东缺西的，那根本其实没办法买好。
You've seen how Google Search can help with increasingly complex questions and planning. But what about all those times when you don't know exactly what to ask and you need some help brainstorming? When you come to search for ideas, you'll get more than an AI-generated answer. You'll get an entire AI-organized page, custom-built for you and your question. Say you're heading to Dallas to celebrate your anniversary, and you're looking for the perfect restaurant. What you get here breaks AI out of the box, and it brings it to the whole page. Our Gemini model uncovers the most interesting angles for you to explore and organizes these results into these helpful clusters. Like you might never have considered restaurants with live music, or ones with historic charm. Our model even uses contextual factors,
我觉得 Google 做这件难的事情是，大家没办法有即刻的感受到跟之前的有什么多大的差别，然后跟原本假设只有60分好了，那现在变成80分。可能也没有那么大的感受，就是没有那种哇，就是它真的帮我解决很多问题的感觉。那现在就感觉它就是一个一个让大家知道
出来的，
然后就是，
真的是，但我觉得这其实蛮实用的，这在1-2年内应该就可以达成，就是大家都有这个功能。
对，
而且是资源蛮多
Today you've seen how you can bring any question to search, and Google takes the work out of searching. But your questions aren't limited to words in a text box. And sometimes even that picture can't tell the whole story. Earlier, Demis showed you our latest advancements in video understanding. And I'm really excited to share that soon you'll be able to ask questions
哇，这好多 AI 给干掉了。因为现在很多其实是帮你先看完 video， 帮你做总结、做逐字稿。那它现在就是 做完了。哦，第2位女性，哦，终于要平衡了，要平衡了。
她带了一个
Thank you, Liz. I have always run a record player, and I got this one and some vinyls at a yard sale recently. But when I go to play it, this thing keeps sliding off. I have no idea how to fix it or where to even start. Before, I would have pieced together a bunch of searches to try to figure this out. Like, what make is this record player? What's the model?
哦，它是 video 哎。 哦，它不是，它是
live，
它是录这个影片哦。
他 demo 了，
So let's try it. Let's do a live demo.
哇 ，live demo。
I'm going to take a video and ask Google why
哇，分析动作哎，然后跟你讲解法哎，哇，以后这个水桶坏马桶坏了，自己修啊。
I guess some reasons this might be happening and steps I can take to troubleshoot. So let's like
我们终于看到一个激动人心。
This is called a technique, very helpful.
这个
and it looks like it may be
有意思，
unbalanced, and there's some really helpful
昨天
steps here.
OpenAI 的看
And
起
I
来它
love
没办
that
法支
because
援
I'm
影
new
片
to，all this. I
好
can
像
check
没有办
out
法
this
动
helpful
态的。
link
那这个是
from
有的。
Audio Technica to learn even
而且
more.
它是现场拍。
这是而且是刚到现在唯一一个 live demo 的。
Let me walk you through what just happened. Thanks to a combination of our state-of-the-art speech models, our deep visual understanding, and our custom Gemini model, Search was able to understand the question I asked out loud, break down the video frame by frame. Each frame was fed into Gemini's long context window you heard about earlier today. So Search could then pinpoint the exact make and model of my record player and make sense of the motion across frames to identify the tone arm was drifting. Search fanned out and combed the web to find relevant insights from articles, forums, videos, and more. And it stitched all of this together into my AI overview. The result was music to my ears.
所以你要自己动手。
还没有实测，我修好了，哇，这个要花点时间。
Music 呢？
Everything you saw today is just a glimpse of how we're reimagining Google Search in the Gemini era. We're taking the very best of what makes Google Google. All the reasons why billions of people turn to Google Search and have relied on us for decades. And we're bringing in the power of Gemini's agentive capabilities. So Google will do the searching, the researching, the planning, the brainstorming, and so much more. All you need to do is just ask. You'll start to see these features rolling out in Search in the coming weeks. Opt into Search Labs to be among the first to try them out. Now let's take a look at how this all comes together in Google Search
把刚重复一次总结。不过原本 OpenAI 其实也据说是要推出搜寻嘛，后来被他们说没有嘛，就没有要撞这件事情，所以这个还是他们目前还是比较
没有要打自己的弱项。
对对对对对。所以这搞不好 planner 里面会有一堆爱料理的 plan。爱料理的食谱，他把它加进去，最后进到爱料理。
你相机坏掉了。
对啊，我刚摄影机插上去不会动啊。
哦，
我就问 Google。
自然语义搜索，哇，真的是圣杯啊！
那 Perplexity 要怎么办？
你说什么
？Perplexity 那个不是专做 AI 搜寻？
哦，对啊，他做了一个一模一样的
对标式东西，
做了一个空虚，
哇。
哦哇哦，后面全部就变女性了，立刻 balance 回来。
对啊，
哇，果然是考虑周到
最重视的。
最重视的。Making Gemini for Workspace even more helpful for businesses and consumers across the world. Tens of thousands of customers have been using Help Me Write, Help Me Visualize, Help Me Organize since we launched. And now we're really excited that the new Gemini-powered side panel will be generally available next month.
大众都有的话是 next month.
One of our customers is a local favorite right here in California, Sports Basement. They rolled out Gemini for Workspace to the organization, and this has helped improve the productivity of their customer support team by more than 30%. Customers love how Gemini grows participation in meetings with automatic language detection and real-time captions now expanding to 68 languages.
自动翻译嘛，语言，然后总结之类的。
We are really excited about what Gemini 1.5 Pro unlocks for Workspace and AI Premium's customers. Let me start by showing you 3 new capabilities coming to Gmail Mobile. This is my Gmail account. Okay, there's an email up top from my husband. Help me sort out the roof repair thing, please. Now, we've been trying to find a contractor to fix our roof. And with work travel, I have clearly dropped the ball. It looks like there's an email thread on this with lots of emails that I haven't read. And luckily for me, I can simply tap the summarize option up top and skip reading this long back and forth. Now, Gemini pulls up this helpful mobile card as an overlay. And this is where I can read a nice summary of all the salient information that I need to know. So I see here that we have a quote from Jeff at Green Roofing, and he's ready to start. Now, I know we had other bids, and I don't remember the details. Previously, I would have had to do a number of searches in Gmail and then remember and compare information across different emails. Now, I can simply type out my question right here in the mobile card and say something like, compare my roof repair bids by price and availability.
有时候你觉得他们终于做了，而不是，而不是他们办得到，就是你们终于做了，但这是期待值的问题。帮我从这些 email 里面帮我比完价。
Anyway, back to my roof. It looks like Gemini has found details that I got from 2 other contractors in completely different email threads, and I have this really nicely organized summary, and I can do a quick comparison.
比如说最近要报税，就整理一下每一家信用卡寄来的报税优惠。
Green roofing it is. I'll open that last email from Jeff and confirm the project. And look at that. I see some suggested replies from Gemini. Now, what is really, really neat about this evolution of Smart Reply is that it's contextual. Gemini understood the back and forth in that thread, and that Jeff was ready to start, so offers me a few customized options based on that context. So, here I see I have declined the service, adjusted the time. I'll choose proceed and confirm time.
但他反正你现在理论上要整个 roll out 了。
I can even see a preview of the full reply simply by long pressing.
英文版的。
This looks reasonable, so I'll hit send.
See?
These new
select user 不是说了 select user 不是 select
this month
7月
啊7月啊也快了2个月。
Okay, so one of the really neat things about workspace apps like Gmail, Drive, Docs, Calendar is how well they work together. And in our daily lives, we often have information that flows from one app to another. Like say adding a calendar entry from Gmail, or creating reminders from a spreadsheet tracker. But what if Gemini could make these journeys totally seamless? Perhaps even automate them for you entirely. So let me show you what I mean with a real-life example. My sister is a self-employed photographer, and her inbox is full of appointment bookings, receipts, client feedback on photos, and so much more.
Wow.
Now, if you're a freelancer or a small business, you really want to focus on your craft and not on bookkeeping and logistics.
So let's go to her inbox and take a look. Lots of unread emails. Let's click on the first one. It's got a PDF that's an attachment from a hotel as a receipt, and I see a suggestion in the side panel. Help me organize and track my receipts. Let's click on this prompt. The side panel now will show me more details about what that really means. And as you can see, there's 2 steps here. Step 1. Create a drive folder and put this receipt and 37 others it's found into that folder. Makes sense. Step 2.
你终于做到了。
Information from those receipts in that folder into a new spreadsheet. Now this sounds useful.
很棒，
Why
我们
not?
帮他
I also have the option to edit these actions.
要记账
Or just hit OK. So let's hit OK. Gemini will now complete the 2 steps described above, and this is where it gets even better. Gemini offers you the
哇，
option
自动化流程哎
so that this
Google 内建
particular
哎
workflow
哇
will run all future emails, keeping your drive folder and expense sheet up to date with
大家没有
no
很兴
errors.
奋，只是很敷衍的拍拍手哎，我的天哪，这些人不敬业。
Now we know that creating a complex spreadsheet like this can be daunting for most people.
哇，这真
But
是
with
不
this
错哎。
automation, Gemini does the hard work of extracting all the right information from all the files and in that folder and
它可以帮你
generates this
整
sheet
理，
for
比
you.
如说
So
所有的
let's
信用
take a
卡
look.
账单
Okay, it's
的，然
super
后
well
帮你列
organized.
出来，然后
And
整理
it
好。
even has a
没有花
category
旗
for
的，没有花
expense
旗的，对不
type.
起，新展
Now,
的、中
we
信
have
的
this
之类
sheet.
的。哦。
Things can get even more fun. We can
哇，
ask
智障
Gemini
软体
questions.
GG。
Questions like,
也没有了，
show me where the money is.
也没有了，也没有。对不起
Gemini not
僭
only
越
analyzes the data from the sheet, but also
Wow.
creates a nice visual to help me see the complete breakdown by category. And you can imagine how this extends to all sorts of use cases in your inbox, like travel expenses, shopping, remodeling projects, you name it. All of that information in Gmail can be
但好像觉得使用度又没那么高，你知道吗？感觉又很受限，其
plan
实
and play better.
就是你
Now,
其
this
实
particular
有一些收据，但你不会所有收据都在线上啊，你就只有电子化的才有嘛。
This particular ability to organize your attached
只能看得大
drive and
概，
generate
不
a
是很
sheet and do
detail。
data analysis via Q&A will be rolling out to labs users this September. And it's just one of the many automations that we're working on in Workspace. Workspace in the Gemini era will continue to unlock new ways of getting things done. We're building advanced agentive
所以他们也要踏进某种
experiences,
自动化流
including
程，只是在
how you
Google
use
的
Gemini.
领域里面。
Now, as we look to 2025 and beyond, we're exploring entirely new ways of working with AI. Now, with Gemini, you have an AI-powered assistant always at your side. But what if you could expand how you interact with AI? For example, when we work with other people, we mention them in comments in docs, or we send them emails. We have group chats with them, etc. And it's not just how we collaborate with each other, but we each have a specific role to play in the team. And as the team works together, we build a set of collective experiences and context to learn from each other. We have the combined set of skills to draw from when we need help. So how could we introduce AI into this mix and build on this shared expertise? Well, here's one way. We're prototyping a virtual Gemini-powered teammate. This teammate has an identity, a workspace account, along with a specific roles and objectives. Let me bring Tony out to show you what I mean.
我们看 Tony 如何解释这件事情。
Hey, partner. Hey, everyone. Okay, so let me start by showing you how we set up this virtual teammate. As you can see, the teammate has its very own account, and we can go ahead and give it a name. We'll do something fun like Chip. Chip's been given a specific job role with a set of descriptions on how to be helpful for the team. You can see that here. And some of the jobs are to monitor and track projects. We've listed a few out, to organize information and provide context, and a few more things. Now that we've configured our virtual teammate, let's go ahead and see Chip in action. To do that, I'll switch us over here to Google Chat. First, when planning for an event like I/O, we have a ton of chat rooms for various purposes. Luckily for me, Chip is in all of them. To quickly catch up, I might ask a question like, anyone know if our I/O storyboards are approved? Because we've instructed Chip to track this project, Chip searches across all the conversations and knows to respond with an answer. There it is.
所以说它是有在对话里面，在 email 里面把它集中在这里的意思。
对对
对。上次主编说我们谁要去那个活动，
然后 Chip 就会说哦，你。
To show you, I'll switch over to a different room. How about Project Sapphire over here? And here we are discussing a product release coming up, and as usual, many pieces are still in flight. So I can go ahead and ask, are we on track for launch? Chip gets to work not only searching through everything it has access to, but also synthesizing what's found and coming back with an up-to-date response.
Oh,
there it is. A clear timeline, a nice summary, and notice even in this first message here, Chip flags a potential issue the team should be aware of. Because we're in a group space, everyone can follow along, anyone can jump in at any time, as you see someone just did, asking Chip to help create a doc to help address the issue. A task like this could take me hours, dozens of hours. Chip can get it all done in just a few minutes, sending the doc over right when it's ready.
没人讲话就可以帮忙发个声。
Comes from how we've customized Chip to our team's needs, and how seamlessly this AI is integrated directly into where we're already working.
好，就是有一个 AI 会帮你 check 某一个。
会有个最菜的人帮你做说。
现在有个更菜的。
现在有个更菜的。
实习菜鸟。
I can imagine a number
就是 AI 社会底层。
A number of different types of virtual teammates configured by businesses to help them do what they need. Now, we have a lot of work to do to figure out how to bring these agentive experiences like virtual teammates into Workspace, including enabling third parties to make their very own versions of Chip. We're excited about where this is headed, so stay tuned. And as Gemini and its capabilities continue to evolve, we're diligently bringing that power directly into Workspace to make all our users more productive and creative, both at home and at work. And now, over to Sissy to tell you more about Gemini apps.
台湾呢，因为大家可能会用 Slack，台湾现在其实也蛮流行，我不确定 MS 系的有没有很多人，因为其实台湾有很多企业其实还是用
Microsoft
啊，那是 MS 的哎。
对啊。
对啊，所以也不是这个系哦，肖哎。
Our vision for the Gemini app is to be the most
肖，我跟你讲，肖长这个样子，而且这个是台湾的拼法哎，大陆的拼法不是肖不是这样拼的。
Gemini can help you learn,
又是猫哎
code, and anything else you can imagine. And over the past year, Gemini has put Google's AI in the hands of millions of people with experiences designed for your phone and the web. We also launched Gemini Advanced,
有谁订这个吗？我觉得
for
我好像
access
没有
to
看
the
过人家
latest
订
AI
这个。
innovations from Google. Today, we'll show you how Gemini is delivering our most intelligent AI experience. Let's start with the Gemini app, which is redefining how we interact with AI. It's natively multimodal, so you can use text, voice, or your phone's camera to express yourself naturally. And this summer, you can have an in-depth conversation with Gemini using your voice. We're calling this new experience Live. Using Google's latest speech models, Gemini can better understand you and answer naturally. You can even interrupt while Gemini is responding, and it will adapt to your speech patterns. And this is just the beginning. We're excited to bring the speed games and video understanding capabilities from Project Astra to the Gemini app. When you go live, you'll be able to open your camera so Gemini can see what you see and respond to your surroundings.
Oh, it's later this year.
Now, the way I use Gemini isn't the way you use Gemini. So we're rolling out a new feature that lets you customize it for your own needs and create personal experts on any topic you want. We're calling these gems. They're really simple to set up. Just tap to create a gem, write your instructions once,
and come back whenever you need it. For example, here's a gem that I created that acts as a personal writing coach. It specializes in short stories with mysterious twists, and it even builds on the story drafts in my Google Drive.
我猜就是那个 system manager，system messenger， 就是
gems are a great time saver when you have specific ways that you want to interact with Gemini again and again. Gems will roll out in the coming months, and our trusted testers are already finding so many creative ways to put them to use. They can act as your yoga bestie,
跟别人不要撞名，他弄了一个特别的名字，就造成大家不是很确定这是什么意思。
And so much more. Next, I'll show you how Gemini is taking a step closer to being a true AI assistant by planning and taking actions for you. Now, we all know that chatbots can give you ideas for your next vacation, but there's a lot more that goes into planning a great trip. It requires reasoning that considers space-time logistics and the intelligence to prioritize and make decisions. That reasoning and intelligence all come together in the new trip planning experience in Gemini Advanced.
我们又到了老朋友旅途规划。
Okay, so here we go. We're going to Miami.
哇，又是这一个。
My son loves art. My husband loves seafood.
这我们上次还讨论过，我们会在未来几个周内会有一个类似的主题可以讨论旅游行程规划为什么不是个好的创业题目？跟 always 为什么 fail 了？
To make sense of these variables, Gemini starts by gathering all kinds of information from search and helpful extensions like Maps and Gmail. It uses that data to create a dynamic graph of possible travel options, taking into account all of my priorities and constraints. The end result is a personalized vacation plan presented in Gemini's new dynamic UI. Now, based on my flight information, Gemini knows that I need a 2.5-day itinerary. And you can see how Gemini uses spatial data to make decisions. Our flight lands in the late afternoon, so Gemini skips a big activity that day and finds a highly rated seafood restaurant close to our hotel.
交通、机票，
Now on Sunday, we have a jam-packed day.
各式各样复合的事情，所以一直都没有人能够做得很好。每年我猜都有大量的人在挑战这个题目，所以现在他们又。
Gemini adjusted my itinerary for the rest of the trip.
哇，这个好强迫症，我的天哪！
to the next day and added lunch options near the Street Art Museum to make the most of our Sunday afternoon. This looks great. It would have taken me hours of work, checking multiple sources, figuring out schedules, and Gemini did this in a fraction of the time. This new trip planning experience will be rolling out to Gemini Advanced this summer, just in time to help you plan your own Labor Day weekend.
再战江湖。
下个月就会出来了。
All right, we saved the best for last. You heard Sundar say earlier that starting today, Gemini Advanced subscribers get access to Gemini 1.5 Pro with 1 million tokens. That is the longest context window of any chatbot in the world.
我们最长。 下面有一堆人打哈欠呢，有看到吗？超多人的，我的天哪！
我们这边2点都没有在打。
对啊，怎么会这样
？AI, so you can tackle complex problems that were previously unimaginable. You can upload a PDF up to 1,500 pages long, or multiple files to get insights across a project. And soon you can upload as much as 30,000 lines of code, or even an hour-long video. Gemini Advanced is the only chatbot that lets you process this amount of information. Now, just imagine how useful this will be for students. Let's say you've spent months on your thesis, and you could really use a fresh perspective. You can upload your entire thesis, your sources, your notes, your research, and soon interview audio recordings and videos too. So Gemini has all of this context to give you actionable advice. It can dissect your main points, identify improvements, and even roleplay as your professor. So you can feel confident in your work. And check out what Gemini Advanced can do with your spreadsheets with the new data analysis feature launching in the coming weeks.
都可以支援100万、200万的，所以就是现在是在比长，所以可以传更多。
And it's really hard to understand which products are worth your time. Simply upload all of your spreadsheets and ask Gemini to visualize your earnings and help you understand your profit.
但我觉得另外一个问题在于说，大家可不可以相信这个结果？这是最大的问题，就是你看他抛出来的表格，下一个问题是啊，真的吗？对，这是你另外一个无法
Now, behind the scenes, Gemini writes custom Python code to crunch these numbers. And of course, your files are not used to train our models. Oh, and just one more thing. Later this year, we'll be doubling the long contest window to 2 million tokens.
很棒，
鼓励。
We absolutely can't wait for you to try all of this for yourself. Gemini is continuing to evolve and improve at a breakthrough pace. We're making Gemini more multimodal, more agentive, and more intelligent, with the capacity to process the most information of any chatbot in the world. And as you heard earlier, we're also expanding Gemini Advanced to over 35 supported languages available today. But of course, what makes Gemini so compelling is how easy it is to do just about anything you want with a simple prompt. Let's take a look.
Enter a prompt here. Okay, can't be that hard. How about generate an image of a cat playing guitar? Is that how it works? Am I doing AI?
Yeah, it just does whatever you type.
What a last-minute gift ideas you can make with arts and crafts.
Plan a workout routine to get bigger calves.
Help me think of titles for my tell-all memoir.
What's something smart I can say about Renoir?
Generate another image of a
cat playing guitar.
Post me a snack. How do I reply?
Yeah, that's how it works. You're doing AI. Make this email sound more professional before I hit send.
What's a good excuse to cancel dinner with my friends?
我们有配合着下面的人一起笑。哇，歌舞青春呢！哎，年轻人评论一下。
好多人。
好多人。
Or just generate an image of a cat playing guitar.
我长大的。
You know I can do other stuff, right?
哇。
老板回来了吗？不是哎。
Hi everyone, it's great to be back at Google I/O. Today, you've seen how AI is transforming our products across Gemini, Search, Workspace, and more. We're bringing all these innovations right onto
你们安卓仔的高光时刻。
安卓的福音来了。To make Android the best place to experience Google AI.
啊，终于。
This new era of AI
的另外一个护城河。
对，另外一个护城河，我们有硬体，很多安卓。
Truly smart. Our phones have come a long way in a short time, but if you think about it, it's been years since the user experience has fundamentally transformed. This is a once-in-a-generation moment to reinvent what phones can do. So we've embarked on a multi-year journey to reimagine Android with AI at the core. And it starts with 3 breakthroughs you'll see this year. First, we're putting AI-powered search right at your fingertips, creating entirely new ways to get the answers you need. Second, Gemini is becoming your new AI assistant on Android, there to help you anytime. And third, we're harnessing on-device AI to unlock new experiences that work as fast as you do while keeping your sensitive data private. Let's start with AI-powered search. Earlier this year, we took an important first step in Samsung by introducing search. It brings the best of search directly into the user experience. So you can go deeper on anything you see on your phone without switching apps. Fashionistas are finding the perfect shoes. Home chefs are discovering new ingredients.
哇，找了这个迈拉伦的车手哎。
Never been easier to translate whatever.
没有人觉得，
哦，
只有我觉得 OK。
他好兴奋哎，
棒！
我们小帮手有看。One thing we've heard from students is that they're doing more of their schoolwork directly on their phones and tablets. So we thought, could Circle the Search be your perfect study buddy? Let's say my son needs help with a tricky physics word problem.
哇，他们真的很爱物理学，就是。
My first thought is.
闻到了工程师的味道。
It's been a while since I've thought about mathematics. If he's stumped on this question, instead of putting me on the spot, he can circle the exact part he's stuck on.
算出来了吗？
Step-by-step instructions, right where he's already doing the work.
这个第一世界问题。
Of course.
Of course. Final velocity equals initial velocity.
对啊，懂吧，懂吧，知道怎么算吧？
懂吧？很简单的物理学而已。
这样吧，对啊。
I was just about to say that. Seriously though, I love how it shows how to solve the problem, not just the answer. This new capability is available today.
Wow.
And later this year, Circle the Search will be able to tackle more complex problems involving symbolic
就那个嘛，对吧？对。
我很无聊的时候会去找这题目。
他每天会拿出一个几何题。
It's available on more than 100 million devices today, and we're on track to double that by the end of the year.
他知道我们安卓仔要什么？
要数学。
真的有够物理。
You've already heard from Sissy about the incredible updates coming to the Gemini app. On Android, Gemini is so much more. It's becoming a foundational part of the Android experience. Here's Dave to share more.
他长得好像戴夫哦。
这种歧视吗？
Hey everyone. A couple of months ago, we launched Gemini on Android. And like Circle the Search, Gemini works at the system level. So instead of going to a separate app, I can bring Gemini right to what I'm doing. Now, we're making Gemini context aware. So it can anticipate what you're trying to do.
我好几年没看 Googleio， 但是我觉得这风格很苹果。从你穿的衣服的样子啊。
因为大家一直说他们的
Let me show you how this works, and I have my shiny new Pixel 8a here to help me.
但只有外观上变得比较苹果。
内核的距离。
对，内核还是。
So my friend Pete is asking if I want to play pickleball this weekend, and I know how to play tennis, sorta. I had to say that for the demo, but I'm new to this pickleball thing. So I'm going to reply and try to be funny, and I'll say, is that like tennis, but with pickles? This will be actually a lot funnier with a meme, so let me bring up Gemini to help with that.
为什么？
And I'll say, create image of tennis with pickles. Now, one new thing you'll notice is that the Gemini window now hovers in place above the app, so they stay in the flow. Okay, so that generates some pretty good images. What's nice is I can then drag and drop any of these directly into the Messages app below. So,
系统层级的支援。
Cool, let me send that.
那用途的确就比较广。
Huh? All right, so Pete was typing, and he says, he's sending me a video on how to play pickleball. All right, thanks, Pete. Let's tap on that. That launches YouTube.
Pickleball.
But you know, I only have 1 or 2 burning questions about the game, and I can bring up Gemini to help with that. And because it's context aware, Gemini knows I'm looking at a video, so it proactively shows me an Ask This Video chip.
OK， 官方对自己做掉了。
And now I can ask specific questions
问这
about
个
the
影片里面有什么
video. So for example, what is can't type the 2 bounce rule? Because that's something that I've heard about but don't quite understand in the game. By the way, this uses signals like YouTube's captions, which means you can use it on billions of videos. So give it a moment, and there. I get a nice succinct answer. The ball must bounce once on each side of the court after a serve.
这是什么？
Live
demo.
Let me go back to messages. And Pete's followed up, and he says, you're an engineer, so here's the official rule book for pickleball. Okay, thanks, Pete.
但因为这件事情
Okay, so we tap on
是
that.
可以理解，它可以 live demo， 因为这些东西都在他们家， 所以 对
Anyway, us engineers, as you all know, like to work smarter, not harder. So instead of trolling through this entire document, I can pull up Gemini to help. And again, Gemini anticipates what I need and offers me an Ask This PDF option. So if I tap on that, Gemini now ingests all of the rules to become a pickleball expert. And that means I can ask very esoteric questions like, for example, are spin serves allowed? And let's hit that, because I've heard that rule may be changing. Now, because I'm a Gemini Advanced user, this works on any PDF and takes full advantage of the long context window. And there's just lots of times when that's useful. For example, let's say you're looking for a quick answer in an appliance user manual. And there you have it. It turns out, nope, spin serves are not allowed. So Gemini not only gives me a clear answer to my question, it also shows me exactly where in the PDF to learn. Awesome.
所以他就是手机上叫你丢个 PDF， 赶快跟我讲答案。
我觉得重点是
So
在
that's a
系
few
统
of the
层级
ways
的
that
资
we're
源啊，
enhancing
因为
Gemini and more context.
他已经支援这件事情了啦。
范围里
And what
面
you've seen here are the first of really many new ways that Gemini will unlock new experiences at the system level. And they're only
我跟你讲，下礼拜
只在 Android
only on the Apple， 然后是 ChatGPT 或者是 Anthropic 之类的，不是 Anthropic 跟这一个不一样。
Apple 是一直想自己做吗？
没有，我觉得现在猜是 OpenAI 啊。
To include a built-in on-device foundation model. This lets us bring Gemini goodness from the data center right into your pocket. So the experience is faster while also protecting your privacy. Starting with Pixel later this year, we'll be expanding what's possible with our latest model, Gemini Nano with multimodality. This means your phone can understand the world the way you understand it. So not just
那是简体中文，那是简体中
but
文。
also through
我
sight,
看到简体字。
sound, and spoken language. Let me give you an example. 2.2 billion people experience blindness or low vision. So several years ago, we developed TalkBack, an accessibility feature that helps people navigate their phone through touch and spoken feedback. Helping with images is especially important. In fact, my colleague Caro, who uses TalkBack, will typically come across 90 unlabeled images per day. Thankfully, TalkBack makes them accessible. And now we're taking that to the next level with the multimodal capabilities of Gemini Nano. So when someone sends Caro a photo, she'll get a richer and clearer description of what's happening. Or let's say Caro is shopping online for an outfit. Now she can get a crystal clear description of the style and cut to find the perfect look. Running Gemini Nano on device helps minimize the latency, and the model even works when there's no network connection. These improvements to TalkBack are coming later this year.
On device.
Let me show you another example of what on-device AI can unlock.
诈骗，
People
台湾人
lost
最
more
关
than
注的话
$1
题。
trillion to fraud last year. And as scams continue to evolve across text, phone calls, and even video, Android can help protect you from the bad guys, no matter how they try to reach you. So let's say I get rudely interrupted by an unknown caller right in the middle of my presentation.
哦
Hello
全球的诈骗问题，银行诈骗。
Am I speaking to Dave?
Yeah, this is Dave. Kind of in the
可以
middle
帮
of
我的
something.
狗投票
We've
吗？
detected some suspicious activity on your account. It appears someone is trying to make unauthorized charges.
Oh yeah.
哎，你看，这完全跟台湾的套路一模一样
I
啊！
can't give you specifics over the phone, but to protect your account, I'm
Oh,
going to
wow.
help you transfer the secure account we've set up for you.
哇！
And look at that.
所有人为之一振啊！
Gemini Nano alerts me the second it detects suspicious activity, like a bank asking me to move my money to keep it safe. And everything happens
哇，
right
这
on
个
my
其
phone.
实
So the
是
audio processing
一
is
个
completely private to
我
me
觉得是
and on my
Kitten
device.
App， 就是大家 Killer App， 就是大家觉得真的有用的，但不知道效果结果会怎么样了。
And we're really just scratching the surface of the kinds of fast,
对，应该是
private
可以的。
experiences that on-device AI unlocks.
对对。
Later this year, Gemini will be able to more deeply understand the content of the screen without any information leaving your phone. thanks to the on-device model. So remember that pickleball example earlier? Gemini and Android will be able to automatically understand the conversation and provide relevant suggestions, like where to find pickleball clubs near me. And this is a powerful concept that will work across many apps on your phone. In fact, later today, at the developer keynote, you'll hear about how we're empowering our developer community with our latest AI models and tools, like Gemini Nano and Gemini in Android Studio. Also, stay tuned tomorrow for our upcoming Android 15 update, which we can't wait to share with you.
明天
As we said at the outset, we're reimagining Android with Gemini at the core. From your favorite apps to the OS itself, we're bringing the power of AI to every aspect of the smartphone experience. And with that, let me hand over to Josh to share more on our news for developers. Thank you.
安卓时间。
现在我有安卓。
Thanks, Dave. It's amazing to see Gemini Nano do all of that directly on an Android phone. That was our plan all along, to create a natively multimodal Gemini in a range of sizes, so you all, as developers, can choose the one that works best for you. Throughout the morning, you've heard a lot about our Gemini 1.5 series, and I want to talk about the two models you can access today. 1.5 Pro, which is getting a series of quality improvements that go out right about now, and the brand new 1.5 Flash. Both are available today globally in over 200 countries.
但他都已经累了，你知道吗？1个半小时已经过了。
腰酸了是不是？
You can go over to AI Studio or Vertex AI if you're a Google Cloud customer to give them a try. Now, both of these models are natively multimodal. That means you can interleave text, images, audio, and video as inputs, and pack that massive 1 million token context window. And if you go to ai.google.dev today, you can sign up to try the 2 million token context window for 1.5 Pro. We're also adding a bunch of new developer features, starting with video frame extraction. That's going to be in the Gemini API. Parallel function calling, so you can return more than one function call at a time. And my favorite, context caching. So you can send all of your files to the model once and not have to resend them over and over again. That should make the long context even more useful and more affordable. It ships next month. Now, we're using Google's infrastructure to serve these models, so developers, like all of you, can get great prices. 1.5 Pro is $7 per 1 million tokens. And I'm excited to share that for prompts up to 128K, it'll be 50% less for $3.50. And 1.5 Flash will start at 35 cents per 1 million tokens. Now, one thing you might be wondering is which model is best for your use case. Here's how we've been thinking about it on the team. We use 1.5 Pro for complex tasks, where you really want the highest quality response. And it's okay if it takes a little bit longer to come back. We're using 1.5 Flash for quick tasks, where the speed of the model is what matters the most. And as a developer, you can go try them both out today and see what works best for you. Now, I'm going to show you how it works here in AI Studio, the fastest way to build with Gemini. And we'll pull it up here. And you can see this is AI Studio. It's free to use. You don't have to configure anything to get going. You just go to aistudio.google.com, log in with your Google account, and you can just pick the model here in the right that works best for you. So one of the ways we've been using 1.5 Flash is to actually learn from customer feedback about some of our labs products. Flash makes this possible with its low latency. So what we did here is we just took a bunch of different feedback from our customer forums. You can put it into Flash, load up a prompt. Now in the background, what it's going to do is it's going to go through that 98,000 token file of information. And you can see here, start streaming it back. Now, this is really helpful because it pulls out the themes for us. It gives us all the right places where we can start to look And you can see this is from some of the benefits from Notebook LM, like we showed earlier. Now, what's great about this is that you can take something like this in AI Studio, prototyped here in 10 seconds, and with one click in the upper left, get an API key, or over here in the upper right, just tap Get Code. And you've got all of the model configurations, the safety settings, ready to go, straight into your IDE. Now, over time, if you find that you need more enterprise-grade features, you can use these same Gemini 1.5 models and the same configurations right in Vertex AI. That way, you can scale up with Google Cloud as your enterprise needs grow. So that's our newly updated Gemini 1.5 Pro and the new 1.5 Flash, both of which are available today globally. And you'll hear a lot more about them in the developer keynote later today.
Gemma.
Now let's shift gears and talk about Gemma, our family of open models, which are crucial for driving AI innovation and responsibility. Gemma is built from the same research and technology as Gemini. It offers top performance and comes in lightweight 7B and 2B sizes. Now, since it launched less than 3 months ago, it's been downloaded millions of times across all the major model hubs. Developers and researchers have been using it and customizing the base Gemma model and using some of our pre-trained variants, like recurrent Gemma and CodeGemma. And today's newest member, PolyGemma, our first vision language open model, and it's available right now. It's optimized for a range of image captioning, visual Q&A, and other image labeling tasks, so go give it a try. I'm also too excited to announce that we have Gemma 2 coming. It's the next generation of Gemma, and it will be available in June. One of the top requests we've heard from developers is for a bigger Gemma model, but it's still got to fit in a size that's easy for all of you to use. So in a few weeks, we'll be adding a new 27 billion parameter model to Gemma 2. And here's what's great about it. This size is optimized by NVIDIA to run on next-gen GPUs and can run efficiently on a single TPU host in Vertex AI. So this quality to size ratio is amazing because it'll outperform models more than twice its size. We can't wait to see what you're going to build with it.
开源路上有你有我，
还有 Meta。
To wrap up, I want to share this inspiring story from India, where developers have been using Gemma and its unique tokenization to create Navarasa, a set of instruction-tuned models to expand access to 15 Indic languages. This builds on our efforts to make information accessible in more than 7,000 languages around the world.
厉害的人都在
Take a
睡，
look.
没看到；厉害的人不想看到。
他已经知道了。
Language is a very interesting problem to solve, actually. And given India has a huge variety of languages and it changes every 5 kilometers.
When technology is developed for a particular culture, it won't be able to solve and understand the nuances of a country like India. One of Gemma's features is an incredibly powerful tokenizer, which enables the model to use hundreds of thousands of words, symbols, and characters across so many alphabets and language systems. This vocabulary is critical to adapting Gemma to power projects like Navarasa.
Navarasa is a model that's trained for Indic languages. It's a fine-tuned model based on Google's Gemma. We built Navarasa to make large language models culturally rooted, where people can talk in their native language and get the responses in their native language. Our biggest dream is to build a model to include everyone from all corners of India.
तो हमें AI को यूज़ करके एक ऐसी टेक्नोलॉजी चाहिए कि कोई भी पीछे ना रहे और हर कोई इसको यूज़ कर सके.
Today, the language that you speak in could be the tool and the technology that you use for solving your real-world
那
problems.
米娅还跟我讲说，她看到一个大人学的广告，是说教你怎么听懂印度腔的英文，然后感觉好像第一次看到，那个已经课程已经推出来起码1年了。
那你学会了吗？
我没有上课，
因为犯法。
等一下这个发表会有多长？加班中
不是昨天 OpenAI 半小时就打完收工了，到现在快2个小时，它还没有结束的意思。
对不起，我们对开发者没有不敬的意思。
对，我没有这个意思，我们也理解这个不是这个不是发表会，是他们的开发者大会，所以当然就会比较久一点。
Take it to a whole new level, its capacity to
但也不是只有我们啊，底下开发者也在睡啊。
而且他们早上，其实这应该要碎片化一点点。现在人的注意力有限，而且他们介绍太多东西了。对。
In navigating these complexities, we're guided by our AI principles, and we're learning from our users, partners, and our own research.
负责任的 AI.
To us, building AI responsibly means both addressing the risks and maximizing the benefits for people and society. Let me begin with what we're doing to address the risks. Here, I want to focus on how we're improving our models and protecting against their misuse. Beyond what Demis shared earlier, we're improving our models with an industry standard practice called red teaming, in which we test our own models and try to break them to identify weaknesses. Adding to this work, we're developing a cutting-edge technique we call AI-assisted red teaming. This draws on Google DeepMind's breakthroughs like AlphaGo, where we train AI agents to compete against each other and improve and expand the scope of their red teaming capabilities.
现在还可以有300人，我真的觉得大家蛮厉害的。
我觉得大家有点太
我觉得我们从500开始一路掉，想说哦，随着时间，很显然大家都睡觉了，就一路掉。然后我看大家能够撑到现在也是不容易的，辛苦了大家。
Thousands of internal safety experts with a range of disciplines.
所以刚好可以再看塞掐的下一场。
好期待哦！
Both groups
我其实不太明白为什么还要再一次，但是据说还要再一次啊，所以。
potentially dangerous capabilities in areas like camera.
为什么不能在
？With our safety testing methods will help make our models and products more accurate, reliable, and safer. This is particularly important as technical advances like better intonation make interactions with AI feel and sound more human-like. We're doing a lot of research in this area, including the potential for harm and misuse. We're also developing new tools to help prevent the misuse of our models. For example, Imagen 3 and Veo create more realistic imagery and videos. We must also consider how they might be misused to spread misinformation. To help, last year, we introduced SynthID, a tool that adds imperceptible watermarks to our AI-generated images and audio so that they're easier to identify. Today, we're expanding SynthID to 2 new modalities, text and video.
最右边的那个影像。
These launches build on our efforts to deploy state-of-the-art watermarking capabilities across modalities. Moving forward, like watermarking and other emerging technologies to secure our latest generation of
第一个是你喝的高粱哦。
and VIA models. We're also committed to working with the ecosystem with all of you to help others build on the advances we're making.
哦，这是一个 open source 的浮水印，
大家都要负责任。
This will be available in our updated, responsible generative AI toolkit.
协助大家负责任的 AI 啦，
For developers to build AI responsibly. We're also collaborating with C2PA. And we support C2PA collaborating with Adobe, Microsoft, startups, and many others.
浮水印界的标准，
道德的路上，
如果大厂都是资源，
大家都同一套标准比较快了。
Let's turn to the second and equally important part of our responsible AI approach:
how we're building AI to benefit people and society. Today,
但它
our
没有
AI
那个
advances
那
are
个
helping
什
to
么
solve
Stable
real-world
Diffusion 并没有
problems
资源啊，
like
所以其实那些就是衍生的那些根本不甩这件事情。
190 countries
对，
自己架
who are
的
using
Stable
AlphaFold
Diffusion
to work
做
on
一些
issues
坏坏
like
的事。
neglected diseases. Helping predict
Google 该
floods
教你什
in
么
more
要
than
负责
80
任。
countries. And
不
helping
听。
organizations like the United Nations track progress on the
然后
world's
这个是在
17
讲那个他们最新的那个
data commons.
那个模型来帮你解决一些
And now, generative AI is
帮你
unlocking
算什
new
么蛋
ways
白质
for us to make the
生化
world's
制药之类的
information
问
and
题。
knowledge
台湾制
universally
药。
accessible and useful for learning. Billions of people already use Google products to learn every day. And generative AI is opening up new possibilities, allowing us to ask questions like, what if everyone, everywhere, could have their own personal AI tutor on any topic? Or, what if every educator could have their own assistant in the classroom? Today marks a new chapter for learning and education at Google. I'm excited to introduce Learn LM, our new family of models based on Gemini
专门 for
and
教育使
fine-tuned
用的
for learning.
教条过后的
Learn LM is grounded in
Gemini
educational research, making learning experiences more personal and engaging. And it's coming to the products you use every day, like Search, Android, Gemini, and YouTube. In fact, you've already seen Learn LM on stage today, when it helps Samir
物
with
理
his
又来
learning
了
skills
哇
on
塞
Android.
算
Now
物
let's
理
see how
的
this works with the Gemini app. Earlier, Sissy
哦，
introduced
如果我在家，我可能就会想睡觉了，就是。
现在好像要把它撑完，但是一直没有撑完。
对，我觉得他已经讲到了总结了，那还是又回来了。
Which will be available in the Gemini app and web experience, including one called Learning Coach.
这是预载的 pump， 让你可以往教学的，这好像是预载之前预载的模板，让你可以更快的下指令。
我希望他不要每个领域都重新讲之后。
怕了吧？
我会怕。
Learning Coach can help.
因为这刚讲过，他只在教育领域再讲一遍。
等下搜寻就要回来了。
我
们预定3点结束，不管它有没有结束。
应该会结束吧，因为根据我们去现场的特派员说，他之后有一段要去采访的。 大概差不多也是3点，
长官们也要去。
如果再不结束的话，就会有一批人走，画面会很难看。
This feature in YouTube is already rolling out.
对啊，他只是把刚刚的功能全部再讲一遍了。
As we work to extend Learn LM beyond our own products, we're partnering with experts and institutions like Columbia Teachers College, Arizona State University, and Khan Academy to test.
他们没有用 AI 先把这2个小时先
摘要，
先把它塞成1个小时就好。
To develop an online course to help educators better understand.
怎么样？老哥想说些什么？老哥心得讲一下，我们没有连线，有点可惜啊。
For example, in Google Classroom, we're drawing on the advances you've heard about today to develop new ways to simplify and improve lesson planning, and enable teachers to tailor lessons and content to meet the individual needs of their students. Standing here today makes me think back to my own time as an undergraduate. Then AI was considered speculative, far from any real-world use.
它其实可以讲说，我们有一个教育的版本，然后在这上面其实就结束了。但他把全部又再演一遍。
对，
还是要这样影片比较好剪，
就
剪这一段。
我觉得他这可以精要一点的，就是说我们的教育版本在这里，大家可以看这样之类的。
孙大来了，孙大
哦，回来了，想必是要全。
老板回来了。
老板说不定会全部重讲一次啊。
看起来就是再总结一遍。
老板要总结了，对，等下再来一遍哦。
大家都想下班了啊！
我们的希望在你身上，老板。
老板，说点话。
对 ，rap， 还要那个。
AI helpful for everyone. before we wrap, I have a feeling that someone out there
好笑吗？
我们刚原本米娅提案是只要他们讲 AI 一次，我们就要喝一个 shot。
高2下。
那看要喝几杯？
And since the big theme today has been letting Google do the work for you, we went ahead.
哇，120哇！
哦，还好没有，今天就要120下了。
4个人，一个人30下。
一个人30下，哇，这不得了啊！
That might be a record in how many times someone has said AI. I'm tempted to say it a few more times, but I won't.
有人刚才期待中午的直播了。
This tally is more than a punchline.
这叫
It
什么
reflects something much deeper.
Baby.
We've been AI first in our approach for a long time. Our decades of research leadership have pioneered many of the modern breakthroughs that power AI progress for us and for the industry. On top of that, we have world-leading infrastructure built for the AI era. Cutting-edge innovation in search now powered by Gemini. Products that help at extraordinary scale, including 15 products to over 500,000 users. And platforms that enable everyone, partners, customers, creators, and all of you to invent the future. This progress is only possible because of our incredible developer community. You're making it real through the experiences you build every day. So to everyone here in Shoreline,
对他本人
and the
对啊，
millions
刚有
more
人说
watching
他
around
讲
the
笑话
world,
都不笑。
here's to the possibilities ahead and creating them together.
哇，谢谢老板，
谢谢老板，老板走掉了。啊！
你看下面群众，
现在睡觉就醒了。哇，
哎，真的，劳哥说他连语气都输给 ChatGPT， 是哦。
这个我们可以看出 Meta 的 AI 做的蛮好的，因为祖克伯现在会笑了。
哦，
这个
那搞不好都是 train 出来的。
对啊，对，祖克伯其实是 train 出来的啊，题材还没 train 好。
好吧，感谢各位大家熬夜，我们这个。
要不要讲个简单心得？
那我们现在先我们总结一下，把它总结哦。我不知道说些什么，现在太晚了，我已经我的模型已经快要 shut down 了。
再摘要一次，
电力不足。
我们要打电话给那个吗
？Sicily
啊，好啊，
可以啊，可以，那可以怎么做？
打电话，
直接用你们的电脑，选一个人的电脑打电话给他。
哦，我们
电脑，
你解释一下，
我们现在呢，因为我们有 Inside 的一位同事，他正在 Googleio 的现场，然后就是他现在理论上。我们的3点，他就要往下一个地方移动去做采访。那我们可能也许跟他联系，看有没有办法打得通，然后跟他聊一下在现场看到的状态，但是不见得会打通了，所以大家等我们一下。
我们刚刚说很多人打哈欠，他说不会啊，现场很热烈。
哦，
真的，
我们的
哇，我们观察错误
了。啊，我要怎么打？
摄影我们瞎了，对不对？
我要怎么打给他？
就
播出来。
打给他。
那我要关掉我的耳机吗？
你耳机拔掉，然后直接开扩音。
哇哦！
明天还有直播。
对，明天我们中午12点半，我们还是照常会直播了。那就是聊这一半。对，今天中午。
他
通了。
好像不行哎，因为斯莱克的通讯很烂。
哦，好吧，好吧，我们是要用 Slack，
还是你要用
Google Meet？ 应景一下。
Slack
有，我们在直播，不能乱说话。
Hello Sicily。嗨 ，Hello， 怎么样？在现场感受如何？很热烈吗？
还蛮热烈的，就是现场非常的大家都在欢呼，这样。
大家都在欢呼，
我们错怪他了，
就你们非常的兴奋
哦，
因为媒体也蛮兴奋，
媒体也蛮兴奋的。
那你有兴奋吗？
哎，等一下，你们那边是没有，我现在是累了啦，因为毕竟我们这边也凌晨3点了，所以
凌晨3点，
所以你觉得今天最大的亮点是什么？
我觉得是 Google， 可以帮你搜寻的部分已经不只是网络的内容，就是还包括到 你的个人的就是私人的生活，比如说你可以问 Google， 就是我的车牌号码是多少，它就可以帮你从你的 Google Photos 里面找到答案。然后或者是像台湾现在可能会非常有兴趣的就是 AI 打诈那个功能吧，就是它可以
大家最关心的
对话，然后就可以警告你说这个是有可能是诈骗。
对，诈骗这个是所有人反应最好的一个。那你也许等一下可以问问看他们说，在除了美国之外，他们 database 是要怎么提供呢？还是有什么样底层的服务是解决这件事情？可能这是一个好问题啊。对，好吧。那就你等一下是
你有现场有观察到什么很酷的东西吗？我们这边看不到的。没有
这东西，目前还没有看到，应该你们都有看到。
好了，祝你接下来一切顺利，我们台湾见，
加油
加油
，OK，
要睡饱哦，
好，拜拜，
要会洗澡哦。
拜拜，
拜拜。
好了，那我们今天直播就到这边了，我们明天中午再见。
你不凑到3点哦？
不用了，再会了，大家早点睡觉。
大家拜拜。
好了，拜拜，中午见。
片尾曲要放凌晨3点钟。
拜拜。
喜欢本周我们分享的内容吗？
请到 Facebook、Instagram、YouTube 来留言，告诉我们你的想法。
我们都会看哦。
喜欢本周我们分享的内容吗？
请到 Facebook、Instagram、YouTube 来留言，告诉我们你的想法。
我们都会看哦。
喜欢本周我们分享的内容吗？
请到 Facebook、Instagram、YouTube 来留言，告诉我们你的想法。
我们都会看哦。
喜欢本周我们分享的内容吗？
请到 Facebook、Instagram、YouTube 来留言，告诉我们你的想法。
我们都会看哦。